So guys, you're welcome once more to MEPH. If you're new to the channel, you're highly and highly welcome. Do well to subscribe to the channel and share the link of the channel to some students out. Alright, so let's look at today's question. Is on trigonometric, and we are asked to find in short form the value of what cos 100 and what 65. Now, when you have questions like this, what you want to think of is what special angle. Okay. Now, for your special angle, we have sine 0 degree. Okay. We have a sine. We have 30 degree. We have sine. We have 45 degree. We have sine. We have 60 degree, and we have sine. We have 90 degree. Okay. So you want to look for, any of these that can always add up to the value that is there. But remember, we are dealing with what? Cos. So since we are dealing with cos, remember our sine, what? 0 degree also means what? Our cos, what? 90 degree. Okay. Now for sine 30 degree, it also means our cos, what? 60 degree. Now sine 45 also means our cos 45 degree, and our sine 60 degree also means our cos what? 30 degree. And finally, sine 90 degree also means our cos what? 0 degree. Alright, so you want to know that first and foremost. Okay. Now the next thing is we want to, break this. So our cos 165 degree can also be written as what? Now let's check 165. Okay, we can actually subtract 90 from it, right? If we do that, this is 5, and 16 minus 9 is 75. Okay, now it means we can start with what? We can say 90, so we can say cos. Okay, so we can say 90 degree plus what? Our what? 75 degree. Okay. Now remember, we don't have 75 degree here, so we are still going to break our 75 degree into one of these special what? Angles. Alright. But for now, we can see that we'll be able to get what? 90 out of all the special angles. Okay. So the next thing is what we have here, we can now expand it. Okay, so let's expand it. So I'm going to use a trick, a square trick, to do that. Right? So if I have a square, if I pull this cos, pull this cos, pull this sine, and pull this sine, let's add a minus here. So this is going to be, we are going to go this way, and we are going to also go this way. So cos, I'm going to say cos 90. So we have cos 90 degree according to the square trick. Okay, multiply by, we have cos what? Cos 75 degree. Now plus is going to change to minus. When you're dealing with what? Cos, and you have plus here, okay, this is going to be what? Minus. This is just applying the principle of sum and difference of two angles. Alright, so we are done with this. Now we are going to work on this. So we are going to say sine here. So we are going to start with sine 90 degree multiplied by what? Sine 75 degree. Okay, now that we have this, so what next? Now what is our cos 90 degree from here? Okay, and what is our sine 90 degree from here? All right, so let's see what we can do to be able to get our what? Cos 90 and sine 90. So I'll quickly work on this. Okay, now to work on this, all I need to do is I'm going to write this as we have 0, okay, starting with 0 will be 0, and for 30 we have 1, for 45 we have 2, for 60 we have 3, and for 90 we have what? 4. Now When you take this step, the next thing is you are going to divide all of them by 4, by 4, by 4, by 4, by 4. Now the next thing is you put your square roots, okay? Your square root signs, okay? So now what this means is we'll be able to get our special angles. So we are going to be using this to input into whatever we expand using our sum of difference of what two angles. So our cos 90, okay, our cos 90 is this, okay? So we have the square root of what? Square root of 0 over 4 is also the square root of 4 divided 0 is 0, so which is 0. So this is what 0 multiply cos what? 75 degree. So minus sine 90 degree, okay? So we have sine 90 degree as square root of what? 4 divided by 4, which is square root of 4 divided by 4 is 1, which is equals to 1. So we have this as 1, okay, multiply sine 75 degree, okay? So let's see what that will quickly give us. So we are going to have 0 times this is 0. So we have minus 1 times this, which is still what? Sine, 75 degree. So 0 minus 75 degree is going to give us, we have minus, okay, we have sine 75 degree. Now, but from this, we can still see that the question says we should find in sub form. So now in sub form, we want to keep them using what? We want to keep it in sub form using the special angles. Now, our 75 degree, I think if we had, okay, like 30 degree plus what? 45 degree, that will give us what? 75 degree. All right. So it means we want to write this as what? Minus in brackets. So I can say sine. Okay, using our compound angles, I can say sine. Okay, I can say 45 degree plus what? 30 degree, which is equivalent to what? 75 degree. All right. So from this point, we can now what? Expand this. Okay. Now we are still going to use our square 3. Now for sine, we are moving this way diagonally. Okay. So we are going to start with sine 45. So this we are starting with sine what? 45. Okay, we don't want to forget this. So our minus is out here. Okay. Now the next is what we have cos. So we are going to say cos what? 30 degree. Okay. Now plus remains what? Plus. Unlike this, we change to minus. But for sine, plus remains plus. So next, we are going to come this way. So we are going to start here. So I have my cos 45 degree. Okay. Down to what? Sine what? So we have 30 degree. Okay. Now that we have the whole of this, we can now come back to what? Our what? Special angles and substitute into this. So let's quickly do that and see what it gives us. So we are going to have, all right? So we are going to apply the special angles and substitute, them into what this, what expansion of our compound angle. All right, so we have this as we have minus in bracket what sine 45. Sine 45 is square root of what? Square root of 2 over 4, which we can write as what? Square root of 2 over square root of 4, which is what? Square root of 2 over 2. So this we can replace as square root of 2 over what? 2. Okay. Now the next is our cos. For 30, cos 30 is this. So we have square root of what? 3 over what? 4, which we can write as square root of 3 over square root of 4, which is square root of 3 divided by what? 2. So this multiplied by square root of what? 3 divided by 2. So we have plus. Now our cos 45 is still this. which we have as this. So I can replace as square root of 2 divided by 2. Now our sine 30 is this. So square root of 1 over 4 is square root of 1 divided by square root of 4. Square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. So we can replace this with what? Half. Okay. Now we have all in solved form. So now that we have all in solved form, we can now solve this to get our final answer. So now let's multiply square root of 2 times this is going to give us, so we have this as square root of 2 multiplied by square root of 3 divided by 2 times 2 is going to give us 4 plus, okay, square root of 2 times 1 is going to give us square root of 2 divided by 2 times 2 is going to give us what? 4. Okay, now that we have all this, okay, now we can apply the basic rule of third. So this can become what? We have square root of 2 times 3 over 4 plus square root of 2 over 4. Alright? So this will give us minus, okay, we have 2 times 3 here is going to give us what? 6 divided by 4 plus square root of 2 divided by 4. Now, if we observe this, okay, and realize that 1/4 is common here, all right? So all we need to do in this case is we are going to bring out our 1/4. So we are going to have minus 1 over 4 into, right? Now, if we use this, okay, to divide this, we are going to get square root of 6 plus, okay. If we also use this to divide this, we are going to get the square root of what? 2. Okay. So this gives us the answer to this problem. Also, if you use this, if you expand using 1/4 to multiply this, you are also going to get this. Okay. So this gives us a simple solution to this problem of keeping in short form the value of cos 165. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the like button, do well to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.